What's up everybody? Mike here. I made what I'm calling everything but the bagel, crackers, and dip. I'm going to give you the recipe next. The ingredients that you are going to need for my everything crackers are super simple. I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I have 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of plain white sugar, half a cup of water, and 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then you're going to need a little bit of flour to roll things out, and I am going to be using 1/4 cup of everything seasoning to season my crackers. I'm going to walk you through what's next in a minute. The process for making this dough is super simple. I'm just going to roughly combine all of my dry ingredients. And in this case, sugar counts as a dry ingredient because you're not creaming it together with sugar or anything like that. So my dry ingredients are mixed together. Now I'm going to mix in most of my water and all of my olive oil. The reason I don't want to mix in all of my water right away is because I want to see how much moisture this takes. And this is more about the consistency of the dough rather than the exact amount of water. So there's no way that this is coming together with that amount of water that I put in. So I'm going to dump in the rest of my water and get this mixed together. Once the spoon stops being able to mix it, that's when you're going to have to switch by hand and start kneading this together. My dough is done. I know that it is done because when I push it, it starts to spring back just a little bit. Now is time to roll this out. So I'm going to take a little bit of my reserved flour and sprinkle that on my board and put a little bit on top of my flour so that it doesn't stick to my rolling pin. So this is about how thin I am wanting the final product. So I am going to take this opportunity to just sprinkle in my everything seasoning over half of my dough, because then I'm going to fold this over on itself and re-roll this so that we laminate that everything seasoning into the dough. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to show you the next step in a few minutes. So I am on my last lamination. You can already see that my dough is now speckled with my everything seasoning. So now, because I'm wanting to cut these into relatively even shapes, I'm going to make sure that I'm rolling this into a nice rectangle. I'm going to show you them when they are cut before I put them into the oven next. My dough is done laminating and being rolled out, so it is now time to cut my crackers. All that I'm going to do is I'm going to go down the center, and then I'm going to make some strips here. You can cut yours into whatever size and shape you want. Once these are done being cut, you are going to put them onto a silicone baking sheet, lined baking sheet. And then you are going to bake these in a preheated 450-degree oven. My everything crackers are out of the oven. You can see this nice, beautiful golden brown color across the crackers. I'm going to let them cool on this cooling rack until they are room temperature, and then I am going to enjoy. I'm going to see you for the final reaction in a minute. And here you have my completed everything chip and a cream cheese dip. All that I am going to do right now is let you listen to this snap. And it is finally time for me to eat my crackers and my dip. I really hope you make this and let me know your thoughts. But for right now, just look at my face.